I have part of Friday, actually all of Friday off, so I've been entertaining myself by doing some doodling. It's really hard to film this and doodle at the same time. And then hopefully my grandma's here, and hopefully this woman who comes and like helps and sits with her will come and I'll be able to go for a walk. I have some audiobooks I just got access to on Libby, and I want to go get to listen to them, but I don't like leaving my grandma if someone isn't here. See ya. So I'm gonna go for a walk now, show you guys some pretty views, and I'm going to listen to, oh, what's that book called? It's the really popular one right now, like Over Blood Moon or something, about the Osage Nation. I went to school in Oklahoma, so like I've been to, you know, that part of the country. Yeah, I will post little updates. This right here, I'm pretty sure it's either dill or fennel. I'd love to just pull it off and smell it. It smells so good. Someone left some trash. But yeah, there's so many beautiful flowers because they had such a wet kind of winter, early spring. I want to see if I can find, they have all these grasses, and there's this little game I used to play with my mom when I was younger. Let's see if we can get to one. I'll show you guys what the game is. It's really cute. Okay, right here. So basically, I'm gonna come and pull this off, and I'm gonna guess if it's gonna be a rooster or a chicken. I'm gonna say chicken. Yep. If it's all kind of in one little bunch like this, that means it's a chicken. But if one sticks up really high, that makes it a rooster. Yeah. Okay. Not allowed to eat sharks. But I can have 6 small flatfish a week. Woohoo! Don't mind if I do. From that eucalyptus tree. Honestly, probably not a great idea to just walk around and like sniff stuff and touch plants. I don't know, but I love it. It's so good. I have another few clips of this, but I think this is just a great way to show like how, you know, sheer these are. They're not like that tall, but you know, it's enough. See this little waterway. They kind of dammed it up over there. It used to flow all the way into the ocean, and you wouldn't be able to, you know, keep going. You'd have to like walk up, around, and then go back down because it'd be so strong and there'd be so much water. Yeah. It's a nice California summer day. And then over there, that's where you can see Mavericks. We'll just go there and show you guys. Yeah. There's the campsite over there. Have to walk this close to the edge. There are like paved walkways, but I like it. It makes me feel like I'm in the wild, you know. This little bee. I think that's all the I think those orange bits on the leg are all the pollen we've collected. I feel like I'm always on nature watch, and so I wanted to point out that this is a red-winged blackbird. I think it's so cute. The orange is so pretty. So I wanted to keep walking, but at the same time, the tide was rising and I wanted to walk on the beach, so I decided to turn around. But theoretically, you could walk to that like far corner. It's called Mavericks, and I actually went there later, so you'll get to see some clips from there. But yeah, you can walk all the way down. It's really nice. What you see here are the by the sea sailors. I think they're a type of jellyfish. They a little bit look like Portuguese man of war, but they're not that at all. Sometimes kind of whole pods of them will wash up on shore, and they're harmless. They don't really have any stingers that would attack you, but they're also a little gross, so don't touch them. For some reason, with the by the sea sailors, a bunch of regular, like typical jellyfish showed up as well, so I'm just kind of pointing them out here. And I don't even know what these are. They vaguely look horrific and like nightmare fuel. But yeah, this was kind of just like a bunch of these little creatures popped up, and I don't know, it's sort of crazy to see stuff that's normally in the water outside of the water. Like, it's so wild. The ocean's crazy. So on this day, I saw a couple of dolphins swimming around. This isn't completely uncommon in Half Moon Bay. You can see dolphins, you can see whales, you can see seals. So if you're ever out here, definitely keep your eyes on the ocean and, you know, see who's swimming out there. It's really cute. Look at that guy. He's so big, too. So, like a dinner plate. I realize my hand is not a useful metric because you don't know my hands. What if I have really big, gigantic, super powerful, strong hands? Yeah, I'm not gonna touch him. I don't know if he can still sting you. Poor guy. How could you, ocean? How could you do this to him? As any other book lover, my favorite landmark in Half Moon Bay is Coastside Books, the local bookstore. I absolutely love it in here. I didn't film too much, obviously, but I wanted to show some of my favorites, such as this kind of nature section where they have stuff on plants, animals, mycelium, which is great because the whole area is like filled with great nature to explore, and I love that the bookstore reflects that and appreciates that. I also wanted to point out these little kind of fairy tale books. I actually bought the Nordic Tales for a friend of mine. And here I bought some Quizzo to do with my dad while we were walking downtown. There's kind of a view. It's like a skull. I've been coming to Half Moon Bay for like a decade plus, and I just love to watch the landscape change. For example, this creek, sometimes it's bone dry, sometimes it has reeds, and it's really still and quiet, and you get to see animals here. I think growing up in suburbia, where nature's really manicured, you forget about the way in which nature actually paves its way forward and changes and evolves. And I really appreciate that I get to do that in this really beautiful place. It's been an incredibly lazy Saturday afternoon. I haven't really done anything, but I am going to go out for dinner tonight, and I wanted to show you just some drawings, some doodlings that I've been doing in the past few days. We picked up this sketchbook in town at like the paper crane store, and I'll show you what I've done. So yeah, this was $12. It's pretty decent size, mostly for drawing. I've noticed that it does work well with like pens and markers. The markers don't like bleed through or anything too bad, but the paper is pretty thin. As you can see, you can like see the stuff below. So yeah, just some initial sketching, lady, and some ballpoint pens. Then I've been doing these little like, I don't know, I feel like they're like lady planktons, like fashionable planktony people. Oh, and I've become upset. I went to the Guggenheim and there was this like women's very linear and graphic work, so I've been into that too. And then this, I just do these faces all the time. They're really inspired by Miss Van. It's like a street artist. I saw her work in London, like actual, like in the wild work. But I think she also does like regular traditional art too. My terrible Chinese writing. Yeah, this was just with like these Bic permanent marker, like ultra fine tip, and the Crayola markers. This I showed the other day. I finished it. This kind of Vanna White character holding up what is a hypno jelly bean, apparently. This is kind of like chaotic and messy. Just like a little princess. That kind of looks like crap, that little guy right there. And then, as you can see, there's a lady plankton. And this little creepy flower child. Hello. So yeah, that's all I've drawn for now. Hopefully I get some more drawings done. My dad likes my drawings, so I try to do stuff that I can leave for him. And yeah, I haven't drawn in such a long time too. They're so weird and bad. But other than that, I've just been reading this and then also listening to Killer of the Flower Moon. I think that's what it's called. And it's like the Osage Nation and the creation of the FBI. Yeah. And playing backgammon on my phone. So that's been today. I hope you have been having a more productive day than me. See you later. Here I'm just showing you the dinner menu. I was sitting in this high top that was sort of across from where the pizza ovens are, so you can kind of watch the different chefs prepare stuff. I got the pea and fava bean. It's like a summer salad. It was really minty and lemony. And I also got this tempura fried asparagus and broccoli. These were the pasta rosettes, which were delicious. And then for our mains, we got the lasagna and the Alaskan halibut. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. I have my jacket on, new dress. Not new dress compared to yesterday, not a new dress. Beach blanket and a little beach bag, some water, and a book. I'm gonna go read on the beach. You won't see any right now, but sometimes in this area there are coyotes and deer. At this hour, though, you're really only gonna see like rabbits or a, oh, I heard something, rabbit or a field mouse. But they're out there. There used to be this like really pretty hawk that lived around here, but I haven't seen him since I've been back. Beautiful day today. Just with all of these pretty yellow flowers. So pretty. And here we have it. My reading setup for the day. Bottle of sparkling water, Baba Yaga, and beautiful vistas. I didn't want to get too close to other people because that's disgusting. And also, the closer you get to the water, you get like animal remains. And then I'm off on my way to dinner with my grandma. I'm sitting behind her walker. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys some of the, you know, from the cars, some of the images, the town rolling by, the beautiful hills. It's kind of funny. You really get a mix with the weather in Half Moon Bay. You can sometimes be sunny, but it's frequently cold, oftentimes overcast, but right over the hill it becomes like 90 degrees, whereas here it's a nice temperate 64 or something. So if you're ever coming to visit, definitely make sure to bring a jacket, you know, keep yourself warm, keep yourself bundled, because you can definitely underestimate how cold it can be on a Northern California beach. And now we're sort of driving onto more of what I would call the main street. So this is where
Most of the little shops are, there's some like clothing stores, there's a farm supply place, a little wine tasting spot, a couple of furniture places too. It's really cute. My grandma wanted to go back to Pasta Moon, so I got the pork and noodle tortellini and the Ghirardelli butterscotch pudding. And here's just a bit more of my awkward drawings. I think technically this is called Pillar Point or something, but I always just call it Mavericks. This area, I don't know what you call this, a bay, an inlet, something, but you get to see the marina and then kind of down the coastline. There's a bunch of little ships here too. Sometimes people actually will like buy these boats to live on and then they don't know what to do with them and they end up sinking and polluting the water. Not saying that's what happened here, but there is a little shipwreck.
Hudson River to the St. Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And these tugboats are really big and have a huge cabin space in it. I've always wanted one of those for my house because they're.
And here we are, there's the jetty over there. This is the beach area of Mavericks. If you look out, pay attention to see if you can find any seals. They sometimes swim around. And those rocks in the back there, when there's really, really low tide, you can actually walk out to those and people are out there collecting mussels and stuff like that. It's such a great time. It's so beautiful, and there's a big surfing competition that happens here. The waves get huge. People kind of go up on the top of the cliff and watch. Normally, this is sort of as far as you can get, but like I said, when there's low tide, you can actually walk around, and you can kind of walk around so you're on the other side of the beach where you kind of don't have access. And one time, my aunt and I, we literally almost got stranded out there because we walked out and we walked for so long, we didn't notice the tide was coming back in. And by the time we came back, I think we got a little splashed when we had to walk in. It was so crazy. My dad was like, honestly, on the phone about to call the Coast Guard. I don't know how apparent it was when I was showing the clips, but there's sort of the water side of the beach and then the cliff side of the beach. I love walking down the cliff side as well because you can see, sometimes different like animal remains. Like there's a little crab bit here, and sometimes you'll even see like fuller, more intact ones. But unfortunately, you can sometimes also see like in the next clip, you'll see a seal. So you sometimes see stuff like that too, but it's all part of nature. But yeah, Mavericks is the kind of place where, it's a little smellier, it's a little less coiffed of a beach. No one's exactly swimming out here. It's rawer. And on my last night, we had dinner at La Costanera. It's a Peruvian place really close to Maverick, sort of in that little shopping district that's in that area if you ever come visit. And it's so great. It's a much more recent restaurant in the area, but it's got great food. Just kind of giving you a little once over of the menu. This is definitely the place where I feel like I'm always getting small plates and sharing with someone else. And in the next clip, I don't know about you guys, I always play cards when I'm eating dinner with my dad. For our starters, we got the chicken chicharrones, the elotes. We also got the sweet salad. Then I think my dad had the atún criollo, and I was really lame and I got the mac and cheese because I had a flight and I just did not want to chance it with hurting my stomach on my plane at like 3 a.m. Here we have the sunset in Half Moon Bay. See you guys next time.